Hello, everyone. We are going to start our very first series on geopolitics from scratch. I would like to start with a famous quote by Sir Albert Einstein. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. With that perspective, tell me, क्या आपने कभी ये सोचा है कि why is one country always trying to make alliances while its neighbor seems to constantly on guard? Or why do some nations build massive navy and other focus on land army? How global power is shaped. I mean, why do nations behave the way they do? Why a war in Ukraine or Middle East affects India? How come a war happening thousands and thousands of miles away can make the price of our cooking oil and fuel shoot up right here? I mean, how can something so far away have such a real direct impact on our lives? There's a very powerful logic connecting all these dots. So, firstly, we are going to uncover that exact connection and understand why and how the world is connected. We are going to find the key that links what is happening on the global stage to what is happening in our daily lives. What is the hidden logic behind it? What are the key factors which are affecting all these things? And the answer is literally written right there on the map. Today, we are diving deep into a concept to understand how the world functions. हम डिकोड करने जा रहे हैं जियोपॉलिटिक्स को, समझने जा रहे हैं कि आखिर ये है क्या. How geography influences a nation's power, behavior and strategic decisions in world affairs. और सबसे पहले हम ये समझेंगे कि ज्योग्राफी और पॉलिटिक्स का रिश्ता क्या है. Just think, can the fate of a country be written by its geography? Mountains, rivers, oceans, these are not just parts of the land, but they actually write the fate of countries. Shapes the politics of the world. आज के डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में भी जमीन, पहाड़, नदियां कितने इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये हमें जियोपॉलिटिक्स बताता है. सच तो ये है कि दुनिया में जो कुछ भी हो रहा है उसके पीछे क्या है, क्यों है, कैसे है, इन सब की चाबी इस ज्योग्राफी में ही छिपी है. दे आर द रीजन बिहाइंड नेशंस एंटायर स्ट्रेटजी. Geopolitics is really the bridge that connects geography to power. And this little flowchart here, it shows you the chain of command perfectly. It all starts with geography. It is all about how physical facts, like where a country is located, what kind of natural resources it has, and who it shares borders with, directly shape the choices it makes on the world stage. The resources it has built up its economic and military power, and that power is what allows it to create a strategy, which finally gets put into action as foreign policy. You can see how one thing flows directly into the next and clearly indicating that geopolitics is the combination of geography plus power plus strategy. For example, a nation sitting on massive oil reserves has a completely different kind of power than one that doesn't. So let us see how this actually works in the real world. I want you to think of the entire globe as the giant chessboard, and things like mountain ranges, vital sea lanes, or oil fields. They are not just features you see on the Google Maps, they are the actual pieces on the geopolitical chessboard. They set the basic rules of the game for every single country. They dictate the moves that every country has to make. Now, this game is as old as civilization itself. But the way it is played, well, that is always changing. Just think about it for a second. A country with huge open plains like Russia is going to have totally different security worries than United Kingdom, right? रूस इतना ज्यादा बड़ा देश है, इससे उसे एक स्ट्रैटेजिक डेप्थ मिलती है. मतलब कोई भी दुश्मन आसानी से हमला करने की सोच नहीं सकता. मगर एट द सेम टाइम इतने लॉन्ग बॉर्डर्स होने के कारण उसे डिफेंड करना भी इसके लिए नाइटमेयर से कम नहीं है. This explains so much of Russia's behavior. And now let's see China. A huge chunk of its western side is just mountains and desert, totally landlocked. So what does that geographic reality do? It has historically forced China's attention, its money, its military, eastward, towards the coast. चलिए, अब बात भारत की करते हैं. Its geography puts it in this incredibly unique and powerful position. It sits right in the middle of the Indian Ocean. तीन तरफ से समंदर से घिरा है. And of course, it also shares long, complicated border with China. तो जाहिर है इसका पूरा फोकस इंडियन ओशन पर रहेगा. That access to the sea is not just a bonus, it is a lifeline. It acts as kind of bridge between different regions. So protecting these waters is without a doubt a core geopolitical mission for India. And this is really the key takeaway here. These geographical facts are what define its main roles and its biggest challenges as well. Now, when you see news about India building a powerful navy or carefully managing its complex relationships with its neighbors or defining its strategy in the Himalayas, you know, all of those actions are direct responses to the unchangeable facts of its geography. तो अब तक आपको एक फेयर आइडिया हो गया होगा जियोपॉलिटिक्स का। कभी आपने सोचा है कि इतना सॉलिड, इतना लॉजिकल टर्म आया कहाँ से? ये टर्म सबसे पहले स्वीडन के पॉलिटिकल साइंटिस्ट रुडोल्फ कैचलिन ने दिया। His core idea was kind of revolutionary for its time. He didn't just see a state as some lines on a map. He gave a thought कि जैसे कोई ऑर्गेनिज्म को बढ़ने के लिए ना जमीन, पानी, खाने पीने की जरूरत होती है, वैसे ही एक देश को भी मजबूत होने के लिए जमीन की, रिसोर्सेज की और दूसरे लोगों के साथ की जरूरत होती है। रुडोल्फ के बाद भी बहुत सारे थिंकर्स हुए जिन्होंने इस आइडिया को आगे बढ़ाया। जैसे मैकेंडर ने अपनी हार्टलैंड थ्योरी दी कि जो यूरेशिया के दिल पर राज करेगा वही दुनिया पर राज करेगा। यूरेशिया मतलब यूरोप एंड एशिया। एल्फ्रेड ने कहा नहीं, रियल ग्लोबल पावर कम फ्रॉम कंट्रोलिंग दी सीज एंड द वर्ल्ड्स मेजर ट्रेड रूट्स। मतलब असली ताकत तो समंदर में है, सी पावर में। His ideas were a huge influence on navy like the US and Germany. और इसके बाद निकोलस स्पाइकमैन, he claimed that both of them were wrong, right? He said the key was the rimland, the coastal areas around the heartland. So you had all these brilliant minds looking at the same map and seeing different keys to global power. And now we do a quick run through of how the focus of geopolitics has shifted over the centuries. In the ancient world, it was all about controlling fertile land and key trade routes. It is the same story over and over again. From the Roman Empire completely dominating the Mediterranean Sea to the British Empire quite literally ruling the waves, or just like the modern empire did in India, power has always been tied to controlling key geographic areas. And that did not stop at all. Then you fast forward to the colonial era, and suddenly, whoever controlled the seas, like the British Navy, controlled the world. It continued right through the world wars, where gaining territory was everything. The Cold War turned the game into an ideological fight for control over entire regions. The US and the USSR were in a global struggle for influence over entire continents. मतलब कि वर्ल्ड वॉर और कोल्ड वॉर के दौर में कि जमीन के स्ट्रैटेजिक टुकड़ों पर कब्जा करना ही सबसे बड़ी ताकत माना जाता था। What about today? Today, world has exploded to the world of satellites, drones, the internet, cyberspace, global supply chains, and even AI, artificial intelligence. Global chessboard itself has become a whole lot bigger and way more complicated. Even though the game is now played in space and online, the classic factors land, borders, sea routes, they are still incredibly important. They are still the foundation. But now, they have been joined by these new domains of power. The one who control over cyberspace, who leads in artificial intelligence and space exploration, and who has influence over those fragile global supply chain, has the power. These are the new frontiers of the geopolitical competition. It is about energy deals, who controls vital shipping lanes, who your allies are, and your diplomatic influences. It is the hidden why behind so many of the news headlines you see every single day. आज जियोपॉलिटिक्स हमें समझाती है कि देशों के बीच बॉर्डर पे इतने टेंशंस क्यों हैं, साउथ चाइना सी में क्या हो रहा है, एनर्जी को लेकर दुनिया में क्या पॉलिटिक्स चल रही है, कौन से ट्रेड रूट्स जरूरी हैं, क्यों देश आपस में ग्रुप बनाने में लगे हैं, क्यों अमेरिका ने दुनिया भर में अपने मिलिट्री बेस बना रखे हैं, क्यों बहुत सी दूसरी सुपर पावर्स एक दूसरी करेंसी को लेकर इतना थॉटफुल हैं. So, to make all of this feel a bit more real, let us take these ideas and apply them to one of the most dynamic and strategically placed nation in the whole world. Suddenly, we are talking about India, its unique role, advantages, and challenges on this global chessboard. We already know our geography forces us to a guardian of the Indian Ocean. Why Indian Ocean is incredibly vital to India? इंडियन ओशंस के बीचों बीच होने की वजह से भारत एक नेचुरल समुद्री ताकत है। हमारी लोकेशन ही ऐसी है कि इंडिया सेंट्रल एशिया और साउथ ईस्ट एशिया के बीच एक पुल का काम करता है। दिस पोजीशन लेट्स अस वॉच ओवर द सी लेन्स दैट कैरी अ मैसिव चंक ऑफ ग्लोबल ट्रेड। भारत एक न्यूक्लियर पावर है, अ स्ट्रेटेजिक कॉम्पिटिटर विद चाइना अप नॉर्थ और ग्लोबल साउथ का एक बहुत बड़ा लीडर, अ लीडिंग वॉइस फॉर डेवलपिंग नेशंस एंड अ फिजिकल बफर बिटवीन ह्यूज रीजन्स। आर प्लेस ऑन द मैप सीधे सीधे हमारी नेशनल प्रायोरिटीज को डिसाइड करता है। देश की डिफेंस प्लानिंग कैसी होगी, दूसरे देशों से रिश्ते कैसे होंगे, बॉर्डर पे क्या स्ट्रेटजी अपनाई जाएगी, डिफेंस फोर्सेस का कितना एक्सपेंशन होगा, दैट शेप सो मच ऑफ इंडियाज फॉरेन पॉलिसी एंड डिफेंस स्पेंडिंग। ये सारे बड़े फैसले इन्हीं जियोपॉलिटिकल फैक्ट्स को ध्यान में रखकर लिए जाते हैं। जियोपॉलिटिक्स इज द टूल that helps to understand the deep-seated reasons why countries do the things they do, why conflicts start, and how alliances are built. इसको हम ऐसे भी समझ सकते हैं कि geopolitics is like an engine and geography is the fuel. That fuel creates national power, and that power is what turns the gears of global strategy. So the core equation remains same. Geography plus power equals strategy. So you keep exploring and keep analyzing this equation until we meet in next session on some other topic. Thank you so much. Good day.